want to know how I actually started my self-improvement journey almost 2 years ago? Do you want to know what was the main, underlying reason to all of this change, this 180 turn in my life that has happened in these past 2 years? Do you want to know the reason why I'm here? Why I'm making all of these YouTube videos? Why I'm working out every single day? Why I'm not eating all of this junk food anymore? Why I'm trying to spend more time with my family? Why I'm trying to learn more about being a masculine man? Why I'm trying to be a better person? Well, all of this started on the day when I chose to stop playing video games entirely. All of my self-improvement progress, all of the things that have happened to me in these past 2 years of my life almost, has been because of that day when I definitely chose that I would stop playing video games. This happened after spending almost 2 weeks, just saying, yeah, I don't really feel like playing video games today. And for 2 weeks, I just kept saying that, today I don't really feel like playing. And today I really don't feel like playing. And instead I would go out and I would go on some walks in nature. I would do something else. I would read, I would draw. I would focus on school because I had my exams, my high school entrance exams. Oh, today I don't feel like playing. Oh, today, I might as well not play. I mean, I don't even feel like it, right? I might as well take a break, because it will be fun. It will be more fun to play video games once I come back. I did this for 2 weeks, this constant idea, that I'm not gonna play video games today. And after that, something clicked in my mind, and I realized that I've gone 2 weeks without playing video games and I'm fine. I'm okay. And I remembered all of the miserable memories and the miserable things that video games have done to me. This video game addiction has done to me throughout all of these years. I remembered the way that I would feel alienated from everyone else. The way that I would just feel like I'm just socially isolating myself all the time. The way that I feel like I don't have any real connection to anybody. Not even my parents, not even my own family. I remembered just how miserable I felt when I would close off my computer every single time and I would just stare at this dark empty screen in front of me, realizing that I have wasted 3 hours of my life, 4 hours, 6 hours in a fake world, in a fake reality, in something that doesn't exist, something that I can never grasp with my own hands. I remember just how disappointed my mom looked when she would enter my room and she would see me playing video games for the entire day. I remember just how pained and angry and revolted my father felt when he looked at me and he saw nothing but a wimp, nothing but a coward, nothing but some pussy boy that all he wanted to do was just play video games. Every single wish that he had was to just play video games. He had nothing else in his life. I remembered all of these things that I've just mentioned to you right now. And I thought to myself, what is even the point in me trying to continue with video games? What even is the point, bro? I've gone 2 weeks without video games and I felt fine. I'm okay. I'm alright. I actually feel a little bit better. I actually feel like my mind is a bit clearer and I feel more at peace with myself. And so I realized that I don't have to keep playing video games. I realized that if I'm not even enjoying these games, why am I even playing them? And so I made this transition in which I stopped my video game addiction, which has lasted for years. I have more than 7,000 hours in video games. If you were to calculate just how much time that would be in days, in weeks, in months, I've calculated that, by the way, and it's around 10 months of continuous playtime. Video games have managed to eat up almost an entire year of my life. An entire year of my life just spent only playing video games, only being at my computer, only staring at that screen. Imagine that. Almost 1 year of my life, 10 months spent on my computer only. If you are this kind of person that wants to feel things on a very deep level, just like I do, if you were an extreme person to some extent, when you want to do something, you're gonna do it all the way. If you're gonna go out on a run and you're saying that, I want to run those 24 kilometers today, even if it means that I have to run up a mountain and run down and my legs are gonna be destroyed, I don't care. I'm still gonna do it. If you're this kind of a person, that example that I gave you actually happened in my life. If you're the kind of person that would never wish to eat junk food ever again, without any kind of exceptions, if you're the kind of person that is completely fine with the idea of getting rid of all these weak things from your life, all of these bad influences, and all of these horrible habits, and never ever actually indulging in them again with your own desire, then you are an extreme person. Then you are somebody that likes to be extreme in what they're doing. You want to feel like you're doing the thing. You want to follow the principle. You want to respect the principle in its entirety. The end, right? Nothing else to it. No, if you quit video games, then it means that you've quit video games, bro. It means that you're never touching video games ever again for the entirety of your life. Oh, okay, so you quit junk food? Okay, it means that you are never gonna touch junk food ever again in your entire life with your own desire. Oh, you quit sugar? It's same thing. Oh, you quit porn, you quit masturbation? Same thing. You quit social media, you quit some stupid apps? Same thing. Oh, you quit drugs, you quit alcohol, you quit whatever habit was destroying your life? Same thing. You don't want to indulge in that thing ever again, right? That is called being extreme. And if you're an extreme person, like I would like to believe that I am, or at least that this is what kind of my mindset is, then you are never gonna settle with 1 hour of video games. You've always heard this, right? Just 1 hour of video games, bro. It's fine, bro. I'll just wake up 1 hour earlier in the morning, get my work done, and in the evening or whatever, I'll have like an extra hour of video games. If you were to think about it, yeah, I'm losing 1 hour of sleep. But hey, 7 hours instead of 8, it's fine. 6 hours instead of 7 is fine, If I get to play 1 hour of video games, then it's all fine. Bro, if you're an extreme person, you know that if you were to just cope all the way, if you were to just completely shut down your mind, right, and just cope and cope and cope so that you would actually get, to play that 1 hour of video games. If you're an extreme person, you know that even if you just shut down your mind, even if you cope, that flicker in your mind will keep you there. That flicker in your mind won't want you to just play 1 hour video games, because there's not much you can do in 1 hour, right? If you've played video games properly up until this point, then you know that there's not much that you can do in 1 hour. There are so many cues, there are so many things that you have to wait for, there are so many processes that have to happen in an hour. That hour is gonna pass by. You're not even gonna realize it, man. Once that happens, once you put the timer on your phone to 1 hour and then it rings, you're like, okay, you know what? I'll play 15 more minutes, because I have to get this done, right? I cannot just leave it like this, I have to get it done. That extreme mindset, that extreme idea of living your life, and not taking any kind of crap from anybody and just going in full on your work, that mindset is taking over right now. And you're like, 15 more minutes, I gotta get this done. 15 more minutes, I gotta get that done. And before you know it, you've spent 2 hours. And that's the first day. And then if you kind of stupid about yourself, and tomorrow you're a bit more careful, you only spend 1 hour and a half. And then the next day you're spending 2 hours again, and then 2 hours and 15 minutes. And then you're going back in, and then, it's going down like this a little bit, but it's at the same time, it's fluctuations towards something more. It's never gonna be, constant 1 hour, bro. It's always gonna be 1 hour, 15 minutes, 1 hour and a half, 2 hours. You realize that you're spending too much time, then you go down a little bit, 1 hour and 45 minutes, 1 hour and a half. But you have set the new baseline at 1 hour and a half now. And then you keep doing that, you keep having that, this very weird steep growth, with all kinds of fluctuations up until you're spending 3 hours of video games every single day. And at this point, you're just coping like crazy. At this point, there's nothing else in your mind but cope when it comes to this. There's no more truth. A lot of people don't really see the danger of video games, right? And I haven't really seen it up until the last recent months that I've actually spent some time thinking about it, and I've spent some time realizing why video games are so dangerous and why it was an addiction for me and why it ruined so much of my life that I've had to spend 2 years to just try to actively get back, and start from level 0. This danger that video games pose is because of the fact that they give you this false sense of progress towards something meaningful that you're trying to achieve. When you're playing video games of any sorts, especially if you were playing the kind of games that I was, in which you wouldn't just lose your progress after one match. You wouldn't just lose what you've built after just 1 hour. These things, they would last over time. Minecraft, you build up a house, you build up a castle, you do all these kinds of things, right? You play with your friends, you build an entire world that can last for years. So this idea of progress towards something meaningful, it can get easily ingrained into this, this false idea. And also in Unturned, a game when you are in a post-apocalyptic world, when there's a zombie apocalypse happening, and you have to survive, and you have to gain all of this status, and you have to gain all of this loot, all of these items that you use to your own advantage, to survive, to fight off against other players, to kill zombies, to just build all of this up from the ground, to make a base, to make all of these kinds of things, to build cars, to get cars, to become top of the server, right? All of this is ingrained into the idea of the video game itself. If it's a sandbox, if it's vanilla of any kind where you're making that progress with your own damn hands, then it can get very easily addictive. But like, let's not even mention War Thunder, man. Like, it's a game where you literally have a term for the idea of wasting your life away, for spending so much time in this false idea of progress. It's called War Thunder Vehicle Grind. It's literally like an idea that you're just spending hours and hours every single day grinding for new vehicles, grinding for new tanks, for new planes, for new warships, for new helicopters to play with. Right? There's literally a term that people use to describe them wasting their life away while playing this game. You know, under the false idea of progress. People grinding their lives away like that, man. Just so that they can get the new vehicle that they can play with, that they cannot even touch in real life, that they cannot even actually notice and see to its full beauty. No, they can only see that on a computer screen. And this is why I've wasted more than 5,000 hours in that game. Imagine that, man. You know, I made this video in hopes of like destroying some of these limiting beliefs and ideas. All of this cope, you know, that might be happening in your mind or the minds of other people around you when it comes to video games. Video games are not something that you can control. It's not something that you can just play like a little bit and then just, you know, keep having a life. Bro, if you're like me, if you're like an extreme person that wants to do something, you know, that wants to feel that progress happening, wants to see it happen, then you know that you have to be extreme. And you know, and your mind knows it. And so each and every time when you're going to be doing something, when you're going to be training in the gym, when you're going to go out running, when you're going to be reading, bro, you're going to do it to your full extent, to your full capabilities. When you're going to be at the gym, when you're going to go out running, bro, you're going to give everything you have. When you're going to be at like a sports practice, bro, you're going to give everything you have. You're going to come out of that sports practice, out of that gym hall, you're going to come out of that run feeling destroyed because you've given it everything that your body had at that point. You've trained up until failure in the gym. You've ran like your lungs were on fire. You trained, you focused your mind, you focused your body intensely in the sport that you practiced. You cannot just play 1 hour of video games when you have a mind like that. When your mind is literally built for stuff like this, it's built for you to just challenge your limits, challenge your body. You cannot just play 1 hour of video games, you know it. So stop coping, man. And just try to understand that by playing video games, you are only subjecting yourself to imaginary progress. There is no actual progress going on. Bro, it's just like a screen that you're giving your life away to. A screen. And in the end, in the next few days, in the next few months, in the next few years, there's gonna be nothing else but a screen in front of you, bro. I've spent more than 10 months on video games, continuous playtime, right? If you were to take out all the time that I spent playing video games, I would be like 16 years old right now, not 17. Bro, I've spent almost a year of my life just playing video games, and I don't have anything. I don't have anything. There's nothing around me to prove the fact that I've actually been there, that I've actually done it. I've gained nothing from spending 10 months of my life. I've gained nothing. Zero. Nothing. I don't want you to make the same mistake, man. And I don't want you, if you have made the same mistake, you know, which is a big chance, then I don't want you to give in to this desire again. I don't want you to give in to this scope, to this crap that is video games. So yeah, man, I really hope that you've gained some value from this video, man. You know, if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can do so. I've been making self-improvement videos for almost a year now, and I don't really plan on stopping either. You can like this video, you can share this video with other people who you think will also be able to gain some value from this. You can join my self-improvement Discord server, there will be a link to that in the description. And if you want to go on a free self-improvement one-to-one coaching call with me, where we can talk about self-improvement, about anything regarding self-improvement, then all you have to do is you have to click the Calendly link in the description. So yeah, man. Don't let video games ruin your life just like they did to me, man. You know, it took me 2 years to get like to the 0 point, because up until this point I've only been in the negative. I've never gained anything actually positive. All of these years that I've spent, you know, doing all of this self-improvement, trying to live a better life, I've only done it just so I can raise myself up to 0 and start from here. Don't make the same mistake, man. Good luck, brother. I'll see you next time.